And we are live. Sleepless Radio presents Pull Up a Chair, episode 4. My face is a little fucked up. We'll get to that very shortly here. So, anyways, it is your host, El Tucker Tente, the ultimate motherfucking say, the one who, of course, taught Bruce Lee everything he motherfucking knows, a.k.a. Space Mountain Stoney, Young Dumbledore. We'll come up with a blind Bruce Lee. You name it, I might be it. Just don't call me broke. We got the co-host Nick to my right. Give him a nice intro. It's Childish Petrino.
I'm not strong at all, though.
That's the Macho Man. Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
So on that note, it is Pull Up a Chair, episode 4. Thank you for pulling up a chair. We're sitting on a couch that's been established. So on that note, let's get right into it. How you doing?
Tobacco. YouTube.
Yes. Yes, it is. Just strict tobacco, guys.
We smoke.
So, on that note, how are we doing? How are you doing?
We're good. We living. We chilling.
Life is good. The temperature's down. It's not hot and humid as fuck.
It's a cool day in Cleveland, Ohio.
I got long sleeves on. Get to roll the sleeves up. Got my Odd Future shirt on for later, which, again, we'll get there.
It's a great summer day today.
So I guess we'll start it off. I'll tell you why my face is a little fucked up.
Ha!
So give a nice intro for that. I would say, you want to know how I got these scars? For those that are watching
drunk
Dark
in
Knight.
Cleveland.
Yes, drunk in Cleveland. So
he ain't doing nothing special.
we'll end up talking about the Raw that I went to when we get to wrestling. But I went to Monday Night Raw. Great time. Leaving, though, we were smoking cigs in the parking lot before we got in the car. And I was a little ramped up. Just watched WWE.
Thought he was Stone Cold.
Thought I was Stone Cold. Yes, sir.
Give me a hell yeah, brother.
I climb on top of the fence, have most of my body up. I see people walking by. I say, give me a hell yeah. Well, right as I get that out, I flip over the fucking gate. And I'm like coming down, and obviously I'm in a heated moment. You get like a second to react to this shit. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm going to the ground. I take the bump, get some shit on my right. They're not stitches, by the way. I didn't go to the hospital. It's just a nice fat scab. Then I got some shit right here above the stash.
Shout out Red Bull.
Shout out Red Bull.
Want to give us a sponsor, go ahead.
Got bruises. But took the bump, got some bruises. We're back at it. Here we are. We are good. Thank God. Definitely a 1 in a million shot that I was able to land that and not fuck myself up. So,
Somebody did.
Yeah, a little bit.
You got fucked up.
On that note, let's dive right into it. Let's talk music. I think the main thing to talk about out of everything new that just came out. Let's talk about the Games new album. Let's talk about Drillmatic. Trash button?
Trash.
Well, I'll tell you what, since he hit the trash button
right away,
I'm going to say I like 4 records on it. Out of 30 songs, I like
4 out of 30. What's your teacher giving you on that grade?
I like the ASAP record.
F. That's trash.
I like the one with Ty Dolla $ign, I think was the best one.
I like it.
But with that being said,
I'm getting like a 12%.
I'm hitting the trash
That's
button.
a 12%.
You failed.
Dog. That's a no from me, dog.
Yeah, it's a no.
That's a no from me, dog.
And
here's how many people on that track list after he said he doesn't need no industry help? How many features does he have? And then how many features of those people did not know he was going to diss Eminem, The Game, Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, and Drake.
Snoop Dogg even I think at one point caught a shot.
I guarantee a lot of those people that had features in the album are not thrilled they're on an album that's dissing 4 icons.
Yeah, and another thing too is, we were kind of talking about it before we went live, and I said, we gotta really dive in on this one. The thing that I noticed throughout the whole record is, and it shows if you look back on his career, he's bitter. He's bitter. I'll say I think that's clear. He's bitter as fuck.
You're not as good as them.
So,
that's okay. You're still better than most.
Because
but you're not as good as them.
Now let's do this. Let's take the Game's discography, which by the way is the biggest rocky fucking road up and down stock that you're ever gonna see. Because 1 minute he'll put out Jesus album. Piece, and then next minute you're gonna get this thing called Block Wars that only 2 people have ever fucking heard.
But it's also credited for the documentary, a classic.
Don't get me wrong, the Game has classics. I'm not saying there's not great records and great albums in his discography.
But you're not fucking 50 Cent. And 50 Cent isn't even Eminem.
He's not 50. He's not M. He's not Snoop. He's not Dre. Hey, why didn't you book me for the Super Bowl, Dre? I could have really played a great part. Why?
You're not
Because
good.
everybody watching at home would have went, who the fuck is that?
And why is he up there with 3 legends?
And why is he up
legends?
there with 3 or 4 legends? What record we had done? Let's entertain it. Let's entertain that question.
How we do?
So he's really
He's
really bitter that he didn't get to play the Super Bowl. What would have been his one record? Because he obviously would have only got one.
And any record it would have been
Here
would have been featuring Eminem or
pull it
50
out and look
Cent.
it up.
So like the people he's straight hating
Let me look it up.
You owe them everything. I'm sorry, Gabe.
Let me make sure let's make sure we're not forgetting about one.
But like it would have to be a feature.
Hate it or love it, that'd be 50.
That's what
How
I mean.
We Do, 50. Oh, all of his Drake, all of his big records. This one, Jeremiah.
One's with Drake.
Nobody would have heard that though. So
We're not playing the Drake one when it's Eminem, 50 Cent, and Dre on the stage.
El Chapo, which was produced by Skrillex. He could do maybe he could have done his new song with Kanye.
How We Do or
Ali Boombaye, but you can't do that without the other 4 people. It would have
been Hate It or Love It. That would have been the song to do.
And he would have had to do it with 50. But guess what the game does? He gets bitter and he burns bridges. So guess what he couldn't do? That record with 50 Cent.
Like, the Game's album is gonna flop.
Oh, yeah, it's going to flop. Are you kidding me? No. In 2022, you think somebody, I mean, granted, 30, like I said, I dove in on it.
30.
He didn't make it easy for me by any means.
Then he puts that number 23, the Black Slim Shady.
And let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Black Slim Shady. So the diss track
make this meme
is the album sequencing is fucking trash. Like he just said, the fucking diss track is track 22 or 23.
23.
And it's 10 minutes long. First off, since you were the first one to hit the trash button, I'm gonna slam the trash button.
Hey, shout out Pat McAfee and the Hammer Down boys.
I'll
hammer that shit. Like
that's one of the worst diss tracks I've ever heard. First off, the skits, if you guys have heard it, is super fucking cringy. Like there's one of them where he targets Haley. There's another one where it's Stan's brother.
This is all just trying to get a reaction out of the people that actually are meaningful in the industry. Like, Game, you're making yourself more and more relevant to the industry. You're making people not like you. In like, it will discredit your actual pieces of work that mean something in the industry. And it's just like, why are you doing this to your own career?
Yeah.
Like,
why? Then you're gonna name the. Let's just stop. You're gonna call the diss track the Black Slim Shady.
But
now answer me this.
But you sound like you're an 8th grader that's like causing drama and picking a fight at the lunch table.
But now answer me this.
That's how you sound in it.
Now I thought this was
not even intelligent with your rhymes. He could come back in 45 seconds and end the Game's career. And in 45 seconds we'll drop a fucking 64 with 5 entendres, with 7 double entendres, and 3 triple entendres.
Like,
and just be like, here, Game, here's 45 seconds. I'll give you 7 years. You're not going to figure out all the fucking entendres in there.
And the other thing, too, that I just wanted to point out about the name of the track, which I kind of thought was a little bit contradictory. So you're making fun of Eminem, right? You're saying that you're better than him in every way. He's trash. He's this. He's that. Then why would you want to call yourself the black version of him? Wouldn't you just be saying I'm just another shit person? Like, I mean, if I'm gonna call myself, that'd be like saying
I'm better. I'm not scared of that white boy. I'm better than him. Well, then why are you the black version of him? I don't get it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just
like that'd be like I'm trying to diss Jeffrey Epstein, and I call myself the blonde Jeffrey, the young Jeffrey Epstein.
It was just to make headlines. Like it's literally for headlines and.
I didn't think Jeff Epstein would get name dropped on this episode.
And that's why, like, I really think a lot of these artists that are on the album with him are gonna possibly have their verses removed from this album.
For sure.
Like, I can see that happening.
There's already people, French Montana, coming out saying, "Whoa, didn't know you were dissing Drake in your verse," and then I'd come on right after you. Like, shit.
Right. Like, hold on, that don't look good.
But yeah, man, that diss track was all over the place. And here's another thing I want to just say about what I think makes a diss track work and be successful. I don't want to hear you go lyrical miracle and make up a bunch of shit that may or may not even be true about this man. Like, he's just going off saying random fucking things, calling M
Like,
a
he's
deadbeat dad. How's he a deadbeat dad? There's never been a single piece of news that says he is a deadbeat dad. So what the fuck are we going off of here? Why everybody loved Back to Back so much was because he was saying shit that people knew that was actively going on. Is that a world tour or your girls tour? That's simple, and it's a great bar because he was opening for Nicki.
Because on Nicki's world tour.
But when you come out and you go, oh, M, yeah, you deadbeat father.
No, like, yeah.
M's at home going, where are you getting this from?
Yeah, and if that's what you are calling him a deadbeat for, being on the road and doing his job as a musician, yes, he did. He was away from his family life. You can't say he wasn't. But when he was with his family, I'm not going to say he was a deadbeat dad. Look at the position Haley's in right now.
Yeah.
It looks like she grew up pretty okay.
Shit, Eminem's her top fucking Spotify on her Spotify.
Right. And it's literally like, oh, he's literally so petty and so bitter, like you said, and angry that he knows Eminem will not stay away from people continuously talking about Haley for too long. So he knows how to poke the bear, and he's poking the fucking bear until he tries to get.
And it probably worked. Let's face it.
Yeah, but not how the game thinks it's gonna work. Because your album is gonna flop. M's gonna drop one track, murder you, and then you're not gonna be relevant ever again. When you could have just sailed your coast and been above the rest, good above the rest, not better than most.
Yeah, and just
better than.
And there's no shame in it. Like Cameron. Great career, great legendary career. His albums probably don't even break 20,000 sales now. But he's not coming out wilding, dissing people from New York and shit.
It's like Draymond Green. He accepts his role. Hey, I am a great power forward, but I'm not a great shooter. And I got a great shooter on my team. Why the fuck would I shoot the ball when I got Steph Curry and Clay? I would look stupid if I took one shot from them.
And Cameron, the way I feel like I'm comparing the Game's career to him because I feel like it's oddly a little similar, at least to my mind. So it's like, Cameron started coming up where you got to work the smaller venues. Then he gets with Dipset. Fucking the whole fucking roof blows off the place in arenas and stadiums. And then he realizes, hey, wait a minute. Now we're getting older now. The records don't go quite like that. We're all individuals. We can go to the cult.
You gotta adapt.
Yeah. You're not getting better. Sometimes your time comes and your time goes, and it doesn't even necessarily mean you're gone after that. It just means that the spotlight's on other people. And sometimes it stays on other people.
You gotta play your role.
Sometimes if you're a Dr. Dre, it stays on you. Sometimes if you're an Eminem, it stays on you.
Some people are timeless. That happens. But not everybody is timeless.
Yeah, but I think that gets about all I needed to say out of it. The skits were cringy. The diss track sucked. The album was a fucking 10% trash. So now to move on to better. This was another album that was 24 tracks. I listened to it, and I liked a couple records on it. Thought the Jack Harlow feature was really strong. New Rod Wave out.
I cannot say I listened to it yet. I have not got to it.
I will say somebody on the internet said that his music sounds like a Fat Fantasia. And I was like,
Fantasia, though.
Yeah, me too. There's some similarities there, but I'm not going to fat shame Rod Wave.
Hey.
New album was awesome.
Rod Wave.
Yes. I thought the new album was awesome. I'll keep that one brief. I think he's got great melodies. I think he's got great melodies. He puts a lot of heart into the songs, you can tell.
That's what I do like about Rod Wave. He's in it for the music, not just for the money. Well, I'm not gonna say he isn't in it.
I look at him like a cross between Chris Brown and T Grizzly. Like he's got like melodies. He oddly can move really well.
He can move well. I was gonna say T-Pain and like a T Grizzly.
Well, I can kind of see that.
I mean,
however, to move on to the next one, I saw that Super Freaky Girl by Nicki Minaj is now the highest selling or fastest to sell a certain amount of numbers, which obviously has to be quite a bit, on Spotify with the debut of Super Freaky Girl. She's rolling out a new album.
Is that by coincidence that she's been hanging out with Drake and Lil Wayne and posting them all on social media? And having them tag her?
Yeah, like
that's real coincidental.
The new album and shit's coming, and obviously, she wants to roll out the single
right there.
Oh yeah,
Oh, my friend that's a billionaire doesn't want the world to know he's a billionaire, so I'm gonna tell the world he's a billionaire. Like, all right, bitch. No offense. Like, damn. He literally has been trying to hide that from the world and not make it known. Because, hey, what's great rule? What's understood doesn't need to be said. Drake knows it. Why does he have to go tell people? Why are you counting my money? That shit don't make you rich. Shout out.
Yeah, I did see that post.
Like that, like I was just like that. That
but,
made me like.
No,
why are you trying to gloat off of his success because you were supposed to be as big as him, but you're not.
Drake,
so you trying to ride his billionaire status? Like you look like you just look.
Well,
I don't know, like someone like.
Something that I wanted to point out about the Young Money reunion show. I do think they all did use that though to promote their own stuff. To be fair.
Oh no, that's why I was like, that's a coincidence.
I mean, look at how they ended the one night. The Carter 6.
Exactly.
With the promo.
Oh, that was a great one for Wayne.
Yeah. Drake, I'm not sure what he promoted. If anything, it may have just been that new record, Staying Alive, that he did with Colin. But
you don't have to promote everything he dropped go number one.
Yeah. He's one of those, whatever he touches turns to gold.
He really had to just jump on his fan base real quick. Try to make yourself relevant.
However, though, I will say this.
Another sex song.
I will say this. I thought Super Freaky Girl. I thought it was a bop. Yeah. I thought it was a bop. I would say that. Well,
she needs it though.
I'm trying to think of what she sampled.
She couldn't flop. If she flopped, if this song flopped, is she done? If it did flop.
If it flopped?
Yeah.
Is she done?
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't. It
doesn't look good, but no.
I think, but like,
and here's the other thing with Nicki.
But if it did flop and she was already on the cusp of retirement, and it doesn't go over well, I don't know if she drops an album. But since it went well, she's definitely dropping it out. I think this was her test.
Well, one thing about her that I would say about Beyonce, and I would say it about like artists like Taylor Swift too, those barbs, they will not let her fall. She can only fall so far, is what I'm trying to say.
But that's why
she can lose the casual listeners.
But that's why I kind of like.
But like my wife, for example, she's a barb.
That's why I lost some respect when she was like gloating and like having Drake and shit like tag her, because it's like, no, you have a loyal fan base and a big enough fan base to get your shit number one.
But she's got to get those casuals. Like me, casual fan. She's got to get those casuals. To Britney, she could put out anything essentially, right. And she would find something in the record that she would go like, yeah, I liked it. But no, I thought that what I thought was really cool is, you know what she sampled on it? You Can't Touch This.
Yeah.
She sampled that because she does like a weird hook on it. She's like FREACK or something like that.
That's dope. I mean,
it's catchy. It's gonna be on the radio. You're gonna hear that on the radio if you haven't already. To talk about another female, new Meg album.
Yeah. Bullet
hole still in the foot. No, I'm kidding. It's not. It's probably heel.
Just a little scrap metal.
Just her one and only flesh wound that she got from Tory fucking dumbass Lanez. But because I refuse to believe he didn't shoot. Don't want to drag the man's name through the mud until there's a conviction on it. However, though, let's talk her album. Let's talk music. I listened to the whole thing.
I think she drops. I'm not gonna say a bop, but like it's catchy.
Yeah,
it's definitely a club. It's gonna be going through the clubs.
There was the Pressure Listers with Future, which we can actually talk about something with that I saw on IG. She did an interview, I believe it was on LA Leakers or maybe even Big Boy somewhere, and she said that Future actually charged her $250K for that verse on Pressure Listers. Which, don't get me wrong, it's a great verse, but is it worth $250K? I wouldn't say it's worth $250K, and I love Future, but I don't think that verse. I personally could never ask somebody to pay that amount of money for that.
$250. That's. I mean, when you Future, you're Future.
For like what? $24.
Future.
That's wrong. Number one.
And how bad you want this verse? All right, fine. You want my name on it? $250. You got it. You heard her?
Well, she said that.
What'd she say? Oh, I called my management. We need $250. Go get. All right, I had to call the label. We need $250. Yeah. Someone dropped it off in a backpack like it was nothing. I'm like, what you mean? It wasn't nothing. Said I need it before you leave Miami. Oh, and now he's right. Now you got him on a rush. So like, don't.
Oh yeah, that is, I guess, a good point. Like it was
I'm not
time
gonna
sensitive.
I'm not gonna.
He was kind of like, look,
his-
if I make time for this, I need to be compensated.
Yeah, like you want me on I'm on a time frame now, like hour time frame, like within days.
I will say one thing too. He
250.
fucking snapped.
250.
Like he did snap. So like he delivered. It wasn't like he gave her some bullshit.
Right.
Like he didn't do the slowed down feature. He was like, no, I'll
And I'm
7:12 p.m. it.
I'm
Like,
sure his usual feature charge is unless you're a good friend, probably 150 to 250. So
yeah, you know Drake. It's you got me on a blunt. Yeah, like it's probably nothing for that. But new Meg album though, I really liked one thing that she did. She did this like Southside freestyle, and she kind of did it like how M did Detroit versus Everybody. But she put like Sauce Walka, like other like names that you wouldn't typically see on like that platform.
Underground?
Yeah.
Not underground, but like.
And I saw that like all of those artists, like for example, I follow Sauce. He was like, when she told me.
He probably jumped up in followers immediately.
Well, when she told him like, yeah, like, you know, that song we did, that record, she's like, I'm actually putting that on the album. He was like, you don't understand. He's like, that's life changing.
Literally.
Like, thank you. Like, this is the break that I've been trying to get. Like,
that's all.
Because he's been in that Houston scene for a while, and to finally get that look on an album that probably will go #1 this weekend was like, oh shit. Because you know Game ain't getting them sales, and I'm sorry, Rod Wave, but I don't think you're getting them either like Meg.
Eminem's new album that is like his greatest hits, like his pick of selection, like, oh, my favorite songs or whatever, however he did it, is going to do more numbers than the Games Eminem.
Oh, yeah, even in week 2 of Curtain Call, we'll do better than Drillmatic.
Like,
I'm calling it right now, just the last thing I'll mention on that. I'm saying 15 to 20K. 15, 20K.
50 tops.
50K. Wow, you're saying
That's
he's pushing
tops.
50K units.
No, I'm saying he'll probably push. I agree with 20, but
maybe a little over. Maybe like 23K.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah, I wanted to say 25.
Because at the end of the day, it's the game. He's dissing them.
And that's why I was like, all right, everyone might go listen. All the M people might go listen to it just to like, all right, or the Drake people where he's dissing people. All of them, their fan base might go listen to it, so he might get up to 50.
Okay, no way he gets over 50.
Yeah, that's my cap.
No way.
Yeah.
Especially with Meg dropping the same.
No way. Cap. And that's only because.
And Meg's got some big features.
That's because all the stands of Eminem are going to go. All the Drizzy Drake OVO heads are going to go listen to it. Like, everyone he dissed will go listen to it and be like, wow, this shit was trash. So he's going to get some numbers from streams.
So here's her features on the new features on the Meg album. Key Glock was on Ungrateful. I added that one to my library. I thought that was a great record. She has Lotto on Budget, which I know Lotto's coming up. Gift and a Curse, she actually really raps her fucking ass off. So and that's a lot of ass to rap off. And
hey, did you see the interview? This is a side note, random. The Rock and Kevin Hart were doing interviews for the new movie coming up.
That Super Pets?
Mm-hmm. And the reporter asked them, if you could be any celebrity's pet, who would you pick? Immediately, Rock answered, Megan Thee Stallion. And they just started laughing, and he said, why would you pick Megan Thee Stallion? He said, we don't got to talk about
that. We got Free Pooh Shiesty. We got Rico Nasty. We got Janine Aiko. Lucky Day. I think I'm saying that right. The Future. And then we got that Southside Freestyle. Then she's got a smash hit with Dua Lipa. Which I'm not a big fan of that song, but I know Wifey seems to enjoy it. Seems to be one of the women. So looks like Meg. I would say Meg goes #1.
Yeah.
If I were to guess units on Meg's album, I would say she pushes 90K to 100.
Yeah. Yeah. Cap her at 120.
For sure, cap her at 120.
I feel like that's a good cap. That
is. Because she does have some big names on there, and that one with Dua Lipa is going nuts.
Yeah.
So, because that was the single, and her single, I will say out of that whole album, to use that as a single, that was a good pick. Whoever pushed the button and said, that's the single, we're going with that.
Solid.
Good move.
Hey, you got to have somebody like that. Know what they doing. Who to pick, when to pick.
Now this one I don't think either of us have heard, so I'll just kind of talk on the artist for a second. But the new Corday EP came out.
Corday heavy, and I'm
2-track EP.
I wasn't. When did it drop?
Friday.
Okay.
Yesterday. Dropped yesterday.
Okay, so I'll listen to it this coming work week. This coming work week is usually when I get all my music in.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a look. I'll be honest, I forgot to check it out. I wanted to make sure I heard everything else album-wise. I forgot about the EP, and it wasn't in the hot new music.
Yeah, I usually see shit in my
As far as Corday goes, though, I think he's a genius
Corday
for splitting away from Namir and Almighty J. I think him going solo is a beautiful idea. He's a phenomenal rapper. Great wordplay. He's consistent. I can tell that he has a real passion for not only the business, but the craft.
Put him in the top 10 lyricists.
Currently?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready to do that, but I would definitely see why you would say. I could definitely see why somebody would say that, and not. It doesn't sound crazy to me.
Okay, fair. That's
like
fair.
Just hearing that doesn't sound crazy. I would have to really think on that though.
I'm saying within people who drop.
He's up there. Let me say that. He's up there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't want to put a number to him.
Because I mean, I'm not going all time. Because like.
I know you're going currently.
Yeah, within the who's dropped music within the last 3 to 4 years.
Okay, I'll say he's top 10 then.
Because like
I'll give that.
Absol. Like I could name my top 7 probably quick.
You would say like Corday, Lupe, Solo. Give me Conway. Give me Benny. Give me Freddie. Give me Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah.
Give me Earl Sweatshirt. Give me maybe Denzel Curry.
I mean, there's a lot of arguments. Because, I mean...
Lupe's number 1.
Yeah. When's the last time he dropped?
Oh, that's actually one of my favorite projects of the year. Drill Music in Zion. It came out back in June. About
Really?
10 tracks, real consistent, concise.
I must have missed it.
Yeah. Definitely check that one out. Autobotto is a banger.
I will go check that out.
Lies in the mud. Lies in the sludge.
Yeah, I love Lupe. I missed it.
Yeah, no, definitely got to go back and check that one out.
I was on the Harlow train though, and Corday's train.
Come Home, the Kids Miss You.
Yeah,
I like that record a lot.
I still listen to Bird Eye View frequently, all the way through. Like,
oh, okay, gotcha.
Corday.
The first album, right? His first album? No, second album.
Yeah,
Corday's second album.
Besides the EP.
Gotcha. I haven't went back and heard that one too much.
That one,
what was his first album? It was not the Good Boy.
I gotta look it up.
The Boy, something with the boy in it.
I'm not gonna speak on.
Yeah.
I don't even want to guess because
So now let's talk about a lyricist that I forgot to put in that top 10 conversation. We're gonna talk about his new single, Dance Now.
The Lost Boy. Sorry.
The Lost Boy. That's what it's called.
I knew you were close, but I was like, I don't want to speak on.
So let's talk about another lyricist I put in the top 10 of the past 5 years. JID, J-I-D, the new single, Dance Now. He is 2 for 2 on the singles, and he now has the official, I don't think the track list is out.
Does Eminem count for the last 4 years?
I wouldn't count it.
I mean, because like, he's all-time lyricist, obviously.
I was talking people that like really are.
A new album, technically.
I wouldn't count him, though. I wouldn't count. I'm not even counting Royce.
Well, yeah, I mean, because that's what I was about to like. Damn, I could really.
I'm not counting the cats that have been around for a long time. Which really, I guess I shouldn't count Freddie Gibbs.
That's because that's what made me question it.
So
I was like, well, Gibbs, they were re-putting.
That have you heard the new JID single?
No.
So he has 2 out. He has one called Surround Sound with 21 Savage.
Oh.
And that's a banger. He came out with that one a couple months ago.
Okay.
Then he came out with Dance Now yesterday. And well, he actually came out a couple days ago. And then he announced that the Forever Story, the sequel to the Never Story, which we've been waiting 5 fucking years, which I'm surprised he was able to make it last so long and stay in the spotlight. Shout out Dreamville. But, dude, I think that new single, that beat, I actually tweeted last night for my Tuesday
that's
fans,
Dreamville,
look out.
Like, I'm not saying it's Dreamville, obviously, but, like,
his features were articulate.
Like, I would come, like, how everyone under, fucking, why can't I think of the label?
TDE?
Yes, thank you. Everyone has a fire beat, no matter what. Everyone under Dre had on and Eminem, even D12. Everyone had a fire beat. Everyone on Dreamville usually has a fire beat for their flow, however they flow. If they're a singer, you know what I mean? It's more instrumental, more harmonized, but like, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain labels where like, no matter what, their beat
it's going to go right.
Yeah.
Even if they don't drop for a while.
Yeah.
That's why I was really, I actually got to see JID for free at the Garage Shop. I won 2 tickets from Clee back in 2017, right when the Never Story came out. He's a great performer. He's a great lyricist. It's a great record. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. It's called Dance Now with Kenny Mason.
I wish you would open it.
Yeah, anybody but Vic Mensa.
Man, that was the end of Vic Mensa.
Yeah, and somehow he still fights for relevancy sometimes.
I
but
doubt it.
to cap off music, though, last couple things I wanted to mention. We do got Earl Sweatshirt versus JIDK tonight. I'll talk about that a little bit more in closing, but I think it's going to be a great battle. 12 rounds, 8 original, 4 features. My list is looking strong. We got MGK tonight at Cleveland. I'm not going, but shout out.
I've seen him 4 times. I'm all right. Shout out him selling up the Browns Stadium. Big respect, but
brings a lot of attention to Cleveland. I heard he also did something during the day where he walked around with people at the Rock Hall. It was like a thing. It was almost like a field trip. Yeah, he popped in the coffee shop, had a coffee. People got to stare at Megan Fox.
And he's having an after party at I forget which club downtown, Live or something. I forget. Not Live.
So if you're out in Cleveland tonight, don't got nothing to do.
Excuse me.
Maybe try to keep a lookout for MGK's party that he's bringing after the show. Who are the openers? We got Trippie Redd, I think. We got. I think they got Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
And then
Mod's son, probably.
I think they got some. Yeah, Mod's son, I think.
I fuck with Mod's son.
So, yeah, that'll be a good show. We wish the best of luck to MGK. Hope he has a great outing. Hope it's a great show. Hope everybody there has a great time. I know a couple people going. Stay safe. Keep it love. Keep it peaceful.
Does he even say that anymore? Lace up?
I don't think he says lace up anymore.
That's how you know it's not a shit like that. No disrespect.
But let's talk movies.
Times have changed.
Let's talk movies. Recent exchange purchases. I went to this place around about 20 minutes away from me called The Exchange. They sell used Blu-rays. I like to build a collection. I got Operation Endgame, which has a young Rob Corddry and a young Zach Galifianakis in it. It's an action comedy. Highly recommend. I actually forgot about the movie until I saw it, and I was like, what the fuck? I haven't seen that movie in years. So I got that. I hadn't seen Don't Breathe 2 yet, and I got that. That was a good movie. I thought that was better than the first one. That's the movie with the blind man and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. That was a good movie. We got The Gallows. My wife loves it.
I like the first one.
Yeah, I hadn't seen the second one either, but I saw it was only like $6, so we bought it.
Fuck it.
And it was good. I actually liked it better than the first one because I thought here's what threw me off about the first one. I can never look at a turkey baster the same way again.
Yeah, we could skip that.
Like, I shouldn't even.
Move on.
Yeah, I shouldn't even talk about it. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
Gallows, I haven't watched that one yet.
So my wife loves The Gallows. I enjoy it a lot too. I remember seeing that in the theaters. That was a great movie. And then we got Toy Story 4. I know it's on Disney Plus, but we wanted to add it to the Toy Story collection. As you can tell, we are big fans.
He a movie junkie.
Got the Forky right here. So now, something that I did want to talk about, and let me know if you guys have purchased any movies recently in the comments afterwards. I'd love to know. I'd love to get most likely seen it. Oh, which one?
All of them.
All of them? The Bourne collection?
I'm not going to lie. Not all of them. I'm in the process of watching all of them. Watch the first 3.
That's the main trilogy.
Yeah.
What is that? Identity, Supremacy, and Ultimatum?
Yep.
Love those movies.
Yeah,
the only one that I didn't like was the one that they tried to do without Damon and they had Jeremy Renner.
Yep.
And they fixed that immediately because the next year they were like, we paid him. Matt Damon is back.
We paid him.
We tried to replace him. We see why he asked for that money.
And
we're going to go pay him.
Exactly what he asked, plus interest.
Matt Damon put in a voicemail and said, and how did that work for you?
Yeah.
You got bad reviews and you flopped.
I've been on definitely that type of movie thriller scene, because I've watched those and James Bond's recently, which are fire.
I got a crazy one for you. I'm still yet to actually see the new James Bond movie.
With Idris Elba?
Maybe. Is that the one that just came out? Skyfall? I think it's called Skyfall. Yeah. I have not seen it, though.
I haven't watched it. I don't know if I've watched the newest one either.
I mean, I guess I watched 15 minutes
I've
of
been watching the old James Bond, but... I'm looking them up.
You're looking that up before I get to the next thing, so I'll light the blunt while you look
I watched Quantum of Solace.
That's a classic.
Skyfall and Spectre.
Okay, I seen Spectre.
No Time to Die is the newest one.
No, okay. So I've seen Skyfall. I haven't seen No Time to Die.
Yeah, Skyfall. Yeah, that's why I was like, wait, no, I've seen Skyfall. I haven't watched No Time to Die either.
So neither of us have seen that?
Yeah, just...
I heard great things, though.
Do I have that? I don't know. I thought, no, we were going to go see or something at the movie theater, and I never did with my one. I forget who. It might have been you. Or like, you were my buddy Harry or James.
I think we tried, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah. So I remember, like, wanting to go see it. So I love James Bond movies.
I even love the video games they used to have.
Yeah, I have the 64.
Fucking GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Classic. So this one I'm gonna have a lot of fun talking about movie wise. So Tarantino officially announced that his 10th movie, the filming has begun. But the rumors around it is, what the fuck is it gonna be? And he did give the information that it's gonna be a follow-up for one of his previous movies. So now,
Django 2.
See, that's one that people are saying, but it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. I'm thinking Pulp Fiction 2 or Kill Bill 3. Because he always...
It's like Inglourious Bastards 2. Like
I'm all for it. I just don't see...
I don't think it's going to be...
I mean, I have all these movies, and I've watched them tons of times.
But you got to think about, like, Kill Bill, you got to have to use the original actors, or else it's not Kill Bill.
That's
true.
So you're not bringing back... up there.
And you're not bringing back those old... Like, no disrespect. Those older actors now. And you're not going to impress the crowds.
Do you do Pulp Fiction 2 and you finally show what was in the briefcase this whole time? Well, because if he does that, then that shows that he's really catering towards the fans. Because as somebody who loves Pulp Fiction, ever since I first saw that movie years ago, I still to this day want to know what the fuck was in that briefcase. Because they never show it. They only show people's reactions to it. Like, when the one person opens it up, it shoots the camera back to, like, Samuel's point of view. And you get to see when the dude opens the briefcase, he's like, whoa. Like, oh, my God.
I don't... But, like, that's the thing. Is, like, you got to bring back those actors again, though.
Samuel, John Travolta, no problem. Everybody's alive, to my knowledge, except for Ving Rhames. You still got Bruce Willis. You still got Zet.
Jules Winfield. I mean, I guess you...
And it makes sense, because that story you can build on. The other movie that makes sense,
but that in this society, though?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
He does.
Well, yeah, that's fair. But I'm saying... Like,
normally, no, but he does.
Because, like... You know what I mean? Like, with today's society... I don't know. It's a sequel, so it can't be Kill Bill 3. That's a sequel.
That's true.
So, like, Pulp Fiction. I'm thinking that, or
and
I'm
two,
Django.
See, that's the one that I've seen a lot of. Is people thinking it's going to be Django.
Go, like, he's free, so now he starts buying other, like, you know what I mean, getting other people free. Or you go to the Underground Railroad route and, like, get more historical.
It is one of his most popular movies, too. That's why I think, like, I know he's not going to do a sequel to Death Proof or Jackie Brown. And he's not going to do a sequel to Hateful Eight.
Yeah. What the Hateful Nine?
Well, they all died at the end of the movie.
Well, that's what I mean.
Spoiler alert. But
that movie's old.
If you haven't seen that by now, I'm sorry.
You got some years.
You've had 8 years.
Yeah. Is it really 8?
Yeah, it came out in 2014. I only know that because I was still on perks during the movie.
Fair. Month of May.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stay off those drugs. Just drink beer, and this isn't even beer, it's Pepsi. But...
And wacky tobacco.
And tobacco, but...
The green kind.
If you are to smoke weed.
Do it in a legal state.
Yes.
Or medical.
Or a place where it's not frowned upon. But, yeah, I mean, whatever it is, even if it goes a different direction, I'll be okay. Just looking really forward to Tarantino's last movie. I think afterwards, I don't think he'll be fully retired. I think he'll probably still produce. And
I'm going Inglourious Basterds or Django. Final answer.
all right, he says Inglourious Bastards or Django. Final answer, which I'm happy with both of those if it is. I'm going to say Pulp Fiction or Django. Final answer. Because you made sense of it to me with that Django take.
In Inglourious Basterds, you can do the same. Because, like, at the end, they never killed, like, well...
They're still, like, I don't see what the next mission would be.
But...
Unless you do the same Django approach, where then they start busting out the camps themselves.
That's what I mean.
That could work.
They could do
we have my mom passing through the inspiration station real quick.
I know. Thank you.
Hello.
I appreciate you, though. I had to air it. Like, I had to air out.
Feel free to say hi to everybody on the pod.
Hi, everybody.
She looks as gorgeous as those flowers. She's like,
oh, look. Wow, to me.
Nice. All right. So on that note, do you think? Because I was wondering this. This is just a question that I thought of. Just popped in my head the other day, and I was like, you know what? I want to talk about it on the pod. So Top Gun is shattering box office records. It's that close to beating Endgame and being the toppest grossing movie of all time at the box office. Will it get Oscar noms?
Yeah.
You're saying yes. Which ones? How high are we going on it? Best Picture?
Yeah.
Does it win?
Probably.
Wow, bold.
I mean, how do you... It action-packed from...
Very pro-America.
Like, everyone loved it. That's seen it. They say keeps you on the edge of your seat. They tell you to go see it on the biggest screen.
It's very true.
Tell you to go see it on the biggest screen for a reason. Like, I don't see how they don't get it to it.
I think it's going to at least win something. I don't think Tom Cruise will get nominated even though he should, and I don't think Rooster Miles Teller will get nominated even though he should.
I think he will.
Best Supporting?
Yeah.
Because if Tom Cruise gets it, it would have to be for Best Actor.
Yeah.
If Rooster Miles Teller gets the nom, that'd be Best Supporting.
Yeah, I'll give it to him because I'm not saying I would, but with how his celebrity jumped after that movie, like everyone fell in love with him. All the women fell in love with him. So like his role became glorified and bigger than it ever was supposed to be. Just because the social media, like not social media, but society fell in love with him. So
and now he's the toppest grossing actor of all time too. Oh, I just got to get this off the screen.
But so I can see him winning Best Supporting, but I don't know because Uncharted, that was a phenomenal movie, and who's the main character in that? Mark Wahlberg or Tom Holland? And who's the support?
In Uncharted?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to go with Tom Holland's the main actor and Mark Wahlberg's the support. I haven't seen it yet, though. I'm just going off trailer.
Yeah.
You said Tom Holland's playing Nathan Drake, right?
Yeah.
Then he's the main actor.
Yeah.
That's the main star of the movie, I would assume.
Yeah. So
Nathan Drake.
So that's tough. Who's gonna win some Best Support then? Because that movie was phenomenal. I loved it.
Hell yeah! I'm trying to think of any other movie I've seen this year where I would say, I mean Ethan Hawke playing the grabber, but I know no way in fuck are they gonna let that fly.
You know, Top Gun broke box office.
And with the limited amount of things that I'm able to think of that would even be able to qualify for such a thing,
yeah,
I could see Top Gun. So yeah, because I was kind of going back and forth on it, but because I know the Oscars love to snub shit, but I think that movie's made it so known that you can't snub me.
Yeah,
like
that's what
I'm just shattered all your records. So.
Literally, that's why I'm like, So I could see Uncharted getting best.
Whoever the sound engineer of whoever sound engineered that movie Top Gun, like whoever did the sound editing or whatever, dude, he literally makes it feel like when you're in the theater, you're right next to that jet taking off. Like
they did. That's why I say go see it on the biggest screen.
It's still got more showings than movies that are just coming out,
right?
And then to end the movie conversation, unfortunately, we got to end it on a sad note. However, a big name in Hollywood passed away this week, and she will be missed. She made classics that people will remember and take with them forever.
Go, Grease Lightning.
R.I.P. Olivia Newton-John. We can say this blunts for her. I believe it said 73 years old, but she passed peacefully in her home. Thankfully, if you're going to go, that's the best way to go. Olivia, we saw all the tributes. We miss you. We love you. Hope you're having fun up there. And to end the movie conversation on that, we will pivot over to sports and kind of lighten the mood a little bit with some comedy. Let's talk about Marshawn's DUI.
That boy was drunk.
I'm not getting out of the car so I don't get arrested.
Hey, I respect that. He wasn't. Hey.
They said he was hitting poles and running up on the curb when they pulled him over.
But like I saw some photos.
Like, Marshawn Lynch
was a little blind. I didn't see like
he was on his phone watching Jeff Hardy's greatest hits.
Damn.
Yeah.
People going through some shit. Oh God. You don't gotta do that.
Hey man, like I said, as somebody that's fucked up and done similar shit like that before, you gotta be able to. I know he's not laughing at it now, but you gotta look back and go, man, what the hell? I was so drunk. He's over here doing the prayer hand emoji, and finally the officer's like, "What do I can't get nothing out of him."
Just come. And he's falling asleep. He fell asleep. But that it's not funny.
That mugshot looked rough.
That's why it's not funny. Like,
it's funny. Come on. Nobody got hurt, thankfully.
That's why.
Let me say that too.
That's
nobody on this show. Nobody will ever promote drunk driving. But we just make light of it when it happens. I guess is the thing. Because let me say this: we make light of it when it's something like this. When it's nobody got hurt, everybody got home safe, no real damage to anybody.
He's a role model to a lot of kids, and that
it's not a good look.
That shattered a lot of kids' image of like, damn. So that's why it's like, I mean, we bring light to it, but also it's a serious matter.
Yeah,
it's like he was
not a good look.
Either like it was like how you just said, a wake up call from God. You smacked your face.
He didn't hurt anybody,
But with a 700 horsepower car, could have easily done some damage, which he did. So like he could have but what's the difference between like the only difference is he didn't hit anybody, but the dude, the Vegas Raiders wide receiver, the rookie when he won 150 killed a lady and her dog.
Oh yeah,
Henry Ruggs.
Yeah,
he was speeding down in Vegas. It's the same thing. Like that's why you can't really joke about it because it was 2 seconds away from that happening.
Yeah,
at any instance before he got
the video itself is funny, but when you actually look at the situation, it's not
right because like Marshawn is a smart dude. Like
it's just
for him to be that fucked up and be willing to drive himself home. Like he's not mentally right now. So whoever is his corner needs to be there for him. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Is it was like your month of May. Like imagine if we all just started dogging your shit. You would have went harder.
And let me fucking drive.
Whoa.
Which I will say, my past thing. Thankfully, again, it was a hit skip. I hit a car leaving a bar. I got home. One thing led to another. Cops ended up coming to the house. Thankfully, I was able to learn my lesson without anybody getting hurt. Everybody was okay. My friend that was with me drove with somebody else. I realized it was going to be a bad situation, which is what it was. So, yeah, everybody, if you are to drink, I'm a big drinker. I get it. Please do it. Be safe about it. Yeah. Don't get behind the wheel. Don't think you can get behind the wheel. Don't try to impress nobody. Hot dog it. Bad things could definitely happen. Don't do it. So one of the things I was going to end up mentioning was, which I guess is bullshit because I heard somebody say it at work and I didn't know if there was truth to it. The Browns signing Colin Kaepernick,
yeah,
but you said hell no.
He's
but now
the
they just had their
he has billionaires that don't like him.
They just had their preseason game, and it was Deshaun Watson got to play a little bit, and then Brissett and I think Joshua Dobbs.
I like Dobbs. He's a good young talent.
Let's not pop on my fucking face.
He's a good young talent, but he looked good. He did well, but he's also playing third stringers, the fourth stringers. He wasn't going against the ones. Deshaun looked bad. Not gonna lie. He missed some passes, but also
I heard Deshaun looked bad.
But also, if I'm Deshaun, like, if I come out and ball, the NFL is going to hate me even more. So maybe I look bad on purpose so they want me back. So I don't look like I'm ready to play yet. So they're like, well, all right, maybe we won't suspend him the whole season because, like, oh, now he's a cocky little bastard. Like, so I don't know if – I'm not going to say Deshaun went out there and flopped. But
he didn't look good.
He missed some easy passes that, like, it looked like he could have hit the mark, but, like, missed.
I'd tell you right now, anybody drafted in fantasy football, don't even look at him as a QB, a backup, or nothing.
Did you hear about him willing to take a 8-game suspension and pay $5 million?
No.
He countered that because originally
didn't hear that.
Before NFL hired Sue Robinson to give her a depiction and her verdict of how long he should be suspended, the NFL offered Deshaun 12 games, $10 million suspension.
Wow.
Like, so it would have been 12 games suspension and $10 million fine, and that would have been it. And he appealed it or whatever, didn't like it, so they got Sue Robinson, who then said 6 games. And then Rodgers like, well, I don't like that. Or the billionaires. And so now they came back with, so that's when Deshaun was like, fine, you don't like 6, you want a whole year, I'll meet you in the middle, 8 games, and I'll pay a $5 million fee.
Damn.
So I think they're going to meet in the middle. I think he's going to get 8 to 10.
8 to 10 games?
Yep. And have to pay probably $10 million. Which, I mean, to him right now,
yeah.
Pay that. Cool.
And just get all this behind you.
He could have settled all this shit when he was in Houston, bro. But the lawyer for the women that were going against him wanted him to sign an NDA. A non-disclosure agreement. So they couldn't talk about it. And he was like, no, I want to speak my truth. I want to clear my name. I want my name to, like, with my actions, I didn't feel wrong doing. Like, I got hard during a massage. That happens. That's known to happen. And then I asked you to pleasure me. And you agreed. I didn't. Not saying that's exactly how it went.
Yeah, because I had no idea.
It's alleged. Like, it's a big old, but, like, could he been of, yes, his name is a big name in the sports world. So more than likely women feel his power when he walks in, you know what I mean? Like,
cheers.
His confidence, so they're not, I mean, and I'm sure there's some girls that were willing to do it. So it's just,
who knows?
Yeah, it's.
What do you think the Browns' record will be? I say they don't win over 7 games. They go 7-10. 7-10. That's my prediction.
9-8.
9-8.
Yeah. Well, 9-8 right now. Not knowing Deshaun. If we get Deshaun back after week 8, we could close out the season on 8 games, 8 out of 9.
Damn. High hopes for that.
I mean,
what's the schedule look like?
I don't care. It's we have a fucking star-studded team. Like,
that won't be able to win games.
If we,
that's why
we just gotta run the ball. To be fair, we can win games. Like, let's be real.
Was there Kareem trade talks?
Kareem's always like, if you're a good player, you're always in trade talks. Let's just everyone make that known. Like, but it's rumor mill headlines. I'm like, he asked for a new contract extension or to be traded, which I feel is more or less him asking to be paid fairly for what he brings to the table. Because I don't think he's under contract this year. So no matter what, he's under contract this year. But I think he just wants to be paid more like a fair wage. I'm not taking a hometown discount just because I'm a hometowner. Like, I could be a running back 1 on any other team. Besides, like, unless it's the Titans with Derrick Henry, the Browns because we have Nick Chubb.
I'd like to see him start in Chicago.
I think hell no, they have no offensive line. I think he could start. I would start him on the Browns. That's not me being biased.
Start him over Chubb?
Yes,
I take.
That's
I feel like not too many people would say that.
I mean, I feel when.
I like Kareem more at the goal line.
Well, yeah, I think he should always be in the red zone because of this. What I was about to say is when they're running, Chubb, I feel like Kareem is more likely to put his head down and run through somebody and still get those extra yards he needs.
But
Where Chubb, he's not gonna run away from contact,
but
Kareem will go through the contact. Like if they
Just
both get met at the line of scrimmage, Chubb may or may not get a gain. He'll probably he might not lose yards, but he might not gain yards. Where Kareem, if he's met at the line of scrimmage, he'll fall forward for 2 yards. You know what I mean? He's always pushing through to get and that's why I feel like he should always be in the red zone because he runs through people. But I could see him. He could be a starter on 28 of the 32 teams. Besides a few that have studs that are already there, running back one.
That's true.
Like he was rookie of the year running back. Led the league.
I mean, I've always liked Kareem.
Yeah, he led.
I was sad when he went to the Chiefs, but then he fucking exploded after that fumble.
He never.
That was awesome.
First fumble.
That was a Thursday night game. I think that
he
lost. First.
He fumbled 2 or 3 times all through college, 4 years. Never lost a fumble up, so never actually fumbled.
And that one was the loss.
First play in the NFL, first fumble lost, and then went on to have 274 yards total yards against the Patriots, defending champs, I think it was.
It went crazy.
And went bonkers. Got his shit into the Hall of Fame for the performance he had. Because he was one of 3 running backs to ever do it. They're coming out of the rookie year. First game. And then led the league in rushing his rookie year.
To close on sports, one last thing I wanted to mention was, did you see AB's tweet?
Yeah, that's old.
His biggest regret was not being able to watch himself play at least once.
He's just making his name. He's in music. He needs headlines.
I will say that one record that he has is pretty nice.
And any publicity for him is good publicity. And so let me get the sports world talking about me again.
You think he'll play?
No. Nobody
will ever sign him again? Man off the field?
He's not. No.
So on to wrestling. Like I mentioned earlier, went to Raw on Monday. Good show. There's definitely some good, great matches. Dexter Lumis came back at the end. That was really cool. Seeing Triple H bring back a lot of his NXT boys that Vince let go is awesome. Clash of the Castle coming up. And it's going to actually be the second pay-per-view in a row I won't be able to watch live because of Joey Schmickel's weddings that day. But I saw it starting at a weird time, too. It's starting at 4 in the afternoon because they're doing it over in the UK.
Yeah.
So I'll just check it out later in the night. But the card's looking pretty good as of now. You got Io Shirai, Dakota Kai, and Bayley against, I believe it's Asuka, Bianca, and Alexa Bliss. You got Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. Will he end the reign of Roman?
Probably.
You think so? He'll do it at home in the UK where he's from?
Yeah. That's why it's probably over.
Close out the night with some fireworks, him holding the belts up, the streak's
and the
over.
Sword. Brings out the sword again. Yeah.
I do like Drew McIntyre. That Claymore kick is fucking nice.
And I think Roman's just ready to, he could be ready to go do movies and shit. I'm not trying to do this shit all the time.
Yeah, it's going to be a good pay-per-view. The card's stacking up.
Roman's been running shit for 3 years now. Easily. Him and Brock.
They made him the top guy.
Yeah, rightfully so. Don't get me wrong. He moves numbers. He moves the needle. But,
the needle mover.
Everybody wants a break once in a while.
Yeah, that's why he's been doing the part-time a little bit. At the Raw show, I did get a Brock Lesnar Funko. Everything else, they upped the shirt prices to $35. Yeah, he's sitting up there by the Rolling Stone.
Yeah, that's all.
But yeah, he didn't. Brock Lesnar didn't show up though. But he was actually in my bag when I flipped over the fence too. But he held up. He's a tough bastard. I was like, damn, he took the fall way better than me.
Country fit.
The fucking beast incarnate, the mayor of Suplex City. Talk about AEW for a second. CM Punk's back.
So.
And he's going to be challenging, looks like, John Moxley at All Out for the belt to see who's going to be the actual
shout
official
out
champion.
you. Think he'll come back to SmackDown or something?
Who?
CM?
No. He hates Triple H more than I think he hated Vince.
Oof.
But I will tell you one thing that AEW's got to worry about. I'm sure Tony Khan's already realizing this too. With Triple H and Steph in charge, Triple H is signing a lot of these free agents that didn't want to go to AEW, that just held out like some of them should. And he's already got a frustrated Adam Cole, I'm sure, because that was like Triple H's boy. Well, Triple H reached out to Tony and was willing to pay like a crazy amount of money. Like it would have helped Tony be able to sign other people. And
like,
as the story basically goes, is Tony was like, yeah, no, like I'm not giving you Cole. Well, there's a certain free agent that was waiting for a little something. And Triple H might sign back the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
Hey, that's what. But like,
if you do that, that's your current Undertaker. I think he fills the shoes of the Undertaker.
CM Punk, like he still has fans in WWE.
He won't show back up, though.
Huh?
He'll never show back up.
But like,
there's no amount of money that you could throw CM Punk and get him to come back to the WWE with Stephanie and Triple H in charge. No way.
I mean, we're good business talk.
With all the things he said about WWE, though, no fucking way. He even recently said it like a media scrum, like, it won't change anything. Like, if anything, putting that doofus in charge, like shit like that. Like,
he come back and be like,
I don't even think Triple H would reach out to Punk.
He could be like the Stone Cold of like against Vince. Like, you know how everyone needs someone to say "fuck you" to the boss.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be the guy to do it. If anything, it would be MJF if they can somehow sign him once he gets out of that AEW contract.
Yeah,
because he's been not showing up to shows. He straight up didn't show up to the one pay-per-view.
Hey.
He was booked for it, and he was like, no, like, you guys aren't ready to negotiate my contract.
Yeah, you guys are fucking me over. I'm cool.
And then I saw Vince's scandal got worse.
Yeah.
Turns out he paid another additional $5 million or something like that under the table.
Yeah.
Oh, not even total. The total is like $19
like,
million.
Yeah, they're going back and figuring out the actual total that he paid for hush money in quotation marks is what they're calling.
Yeah, it's it's a rough situation for Vince. It was definitely a good idea he got out of the company.
I was about to say, at least he didn't do like Wolf Wall Street. I'm never fucking leaving. At least he left. Didn't get the business.
Right when Triple H is getting ready to shake his hand and be in charge, Vince just goes, I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not fucking going anywhere.
You're going to need a fucking bulldozer.
And then Stone Cold comes in with a fucking bulldozer.
Or no, he goes, you're going to need a fucking wrecking ball to get me out of here.
Well, there's DX with a wrecking ball.
That's so funny, though. Vince does that. I'm not fucking leaving.
Yeah, that would have been some shit. At least he did leave.
My question is, if Vince has to go to court for any of this, when he walks in, does he do the billionaire strap?
I don't think he will. I think
they're like, Vince,
he's gonna have to pay off. He's gonna have to pay off like a fine or something to like. But like, I guarantee, with all that hush money, there was non-disclosure agreements signed. So technically, this is all you guys are just the media's finding out.
Now I'm looking forward to when they release the names.
That NDAs. Well,
they can't.
That's why like you're gonna like the media's found out like he paid off a lot of affairs. Wow. But they all signed NDAs and they got their money, so it's not like he can go to court for it.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for Vince though. Yeah. Hopefully he can. Well, I don't want to say hopefully. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So before we close out, wanted to say, hold you close out now.
What happens in the dark will always come to the light.
And we have. That is very true. And We got Hold You Close out now, all streaming platforms. I got another alternative version of the song with an additional verse coming out soon. I'm probably make that a bonus on the EP. When Vampires Go Surfing coming soon. Gonna try to get it out by the end of August, maybe early September. Wanted to also mention that we're gonna be taking next week off of the pod.
Roger that.
Well, actually, hold on. I'm taking next week off battle-wise. There might be a pod early on in the day. Here's why I say this. My buddy Joey Schmickler, who got out of prison last year.
Shout out.
He is doing great. He is doing phenomenal. He is doing amazing. I'm
Shout out
proud of
Schmickler.
him. And he's getting married on September 3rd, and he made me the best man. And we are going to get his bachelor party going next Saturday, and I'm looking really forward to it. He's going to have a great time. I'm going to make sure of it. Joey, if you're watching this at any point, just want to let you know I love you, man. I'm going to make it the greatest day I can for you.
Always
And,
love.
second greatest day because your wedding day will be your first. And to close out, we got Earl Sweatshirt versus JIDK in an hour and 53 minutes. We are going live at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. I got Earl Sweatshirt. Kuzi has IDK, 12 rounds, 8 originals, 4 features. Who do you think is going to take it?
Earl.
Earl? Yeah. Got my Odd Future shirt on.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
It's going to be a good one, but I can see.
Well,
How many rounds? 12? I can see Earl taking solid 9.
Here's what's going to be tough about it is I got the more successful artist in terms of like sales and like just everything, like the brand he used to be a part of, Odd Future, where he's got JIDK, who doesn't necessarily have that. I actually have a fun story about him too, but he's got like hard, heavy beats like Pizza Shop and 17 with a 38 and like No Wave and shit. But fun fact, when he was JIDK, because now he just goes by IDK, he had this moniker he went by, King Trappy. That's actually when he says this line in No Wave where he says, I really came up just by spamming through DMs. I'm one of the DMs that he spammed. And I remember, because like I do listen to the music that people send in my DM, and I remember hearing that, like, why the fuck did this need to be a DM? Like, this is an amazing song.
Right.
And then like a year later, his music videos got like 500K views, and he's starting to blow up. And I was like, I mean, damn, I was like, he deserves it because like that's not usually what gets sent to my DM. I was like, that's crazy. And like this was in like 2013, 2014. I was like, wow, like that's incredible. So it's going to be a fun battle, definitely a battle of some great lyricism going on. But I got to go with my boy Earl. Shout out OFWGKTA, that's 7 letters long. Odd Future Wolfgang, yeah, we kill them all. So it's going to be fun doing that, saying that a lot tonight. Definitely a big nostalgia feel. Sleepless Radio, episode 109. Episode 109. But this is Sleepless Radio, Pull Up a Chair, episode 4. Try to see how we're closing it out here. I'm El Tucker Tente, the ultimate motherfucking sensei, the one who, of course, taught Bruce Lee everything he motherfucking knows. Space Mountain Stoney, young Dumbledore, the blonde Bruce Lee, the MVP, the one and only Mr. LJT.
And it's Super Fried Snook over here.
To my right. Thank you for pulling up a chair.
Savage. Give me a hell yeah, brother. I got you, brother. Hell yeah.
So everybody stay safe. If we don't see you next week, keep the love high and the hate low always. Never forget your blessings. Move with love and never with hate.
Stay blessed, less stressed.
Peace out.